All right. Hey, everyone. This is Caitlin.
This is Lacey.
And this is Women in the Trailer Industry. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of rest, and we're talking about this because I just came back from vacation, whoop, whoop, at the Frio River that didn't have any water.
But relaxing nonetheless.
Yes. But we're going to talk about the importance of rest, what that looks like, how that can benefit you in your career, and just all the things with that.
For sure. So tell us about your vacation. Let's start with that.
Well, it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so it kind of seemed kind of long because I had Saturday and Sunday, but we didn't go down there until Monday. And then this is like the first like real vacation with the 3-year-old and 1-year-old is what I'm going to call them. And then, so it was definitely going to be interesting because one of them has never not slept in his crib, right? Yeah. And then the other one's old enough to fully experience it now. So the 3-year-old was all excited about vacation, and then the 1-year-old was just up at 3 a.m. So that was fun. I was going to
say, did he sleep through the night or was he up? Ish. Was it a juggle?
Yeah, he slept ish. But, you know, we just sat at the river and hung out. And, you know, we've been here for 5 years, and I will say it's just probably the last 2 took the time where it's like, okay, I'm leaving, turning off my phone. I'm not looking at it.
That was the biggest thing, I think.
And at the Frio, too, there's no service, so it's not like I could talk to you if I wanted to anyways.
Which was probably better because you weren't like
So tempted. I just turned it off and was just like, well, I'll figure it out. So, but I think we have a really good team now, and I think that helps because you have leaders who will make those decisions, and the place won't be on fire, you know, when you get back. So.
And it's absolutely important to work towards that, especially if you're like a smaller company. There's always that 1 or 2 or group of people that are always all hands on deck who are available at all hours of the night, and it's important for those people to get that release, to get that point at which like a vacation, let's face it, is like, doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
And whenever it does happen, like I remember whenever I went on vacation recently, you were like, get off Slack, stop, like turn off your phone. And I feel like we have to each tell each other that, like really take your vacation, really, because this is, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long of a time and everything's going to work out. It'll be okay without you. But for your own mental and professional health, release and let go, and so you can reset not just with your family and soak in those moments with your family, but to also like step out of your bubble, your work bubble, so that you can reset in that way too and come back with a fresh new start. It's just good.
Yeah. And you know, I don't know, it's just weird, you know, just turning it all off and just separating. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, what is life? What are you working for? You know, in this business, we're employees here, you know, when the day is gone, you know, what do we have and what are we working for? So and I thought it was fun.
I think it's definitely for our family, right? So be able to step out and to be able to enjoy those moments with your family. And sometimes, like, I know, like, whenever, especially when we're here and on the grind, like, for me, a lot of times, like, if there's something hitting the fan at work, I bring it home with me, not having a bad attitude, but, like, thinking, like, I can't get off my phone, I've got to fix this, or I got to get right back on my computer as soon as I get the kids fed or in bed or whatever. And so I'm, like, rushing through those moments. And a vacation allows you to really, like, just realize not even have to worry about that, and to actually like live in the moment and make memories. And like I said, when you come back, you can be more invested in like a fresh new start. And sometimes you can see stuff that you weren't able to see before, as far as like related to an issue at work or what we can do different or something like that, because you're allowed that time to separate and then reconnect. To be able to see it.
And rest allows you to be creative more too. You know, obviously you still think about what you do every day when you're on, but I try not to as much, right? But it lets you have that creative part of it,
For sure.
of your job, instead of just the day-to-day, struggles and, conversations and all of those things. So definitely rest. Try to get out once a quarter, I would say at least.
Doesn't have to be something super fancy if you can't afford it or whatever, but something that just allows you to break away for just a little bit.
Turn off the phone.
Let it go.
Yeah. And don't even think about it really. Cause it'll be there, you know. They always say, if you were to die tomorrow, your job would still go on.
That's right.
And so I know that's a little morbid, but you just kind of have to think about it that way because you're losing your life, as you work your life away, basically. So
and also allows you the time to like, if stuff does hit the fan, where are our weak points when you get back? Like that's all stuff you can handle when you get back, but you can also see that too. Like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to build up for next time so that I can get away and not have to worry about it, or not have to worry about the same issue coming up or whatever.
Yeah, every experience is a learning one because you learn, things, check boxes you need to mark before you leave and things like that, just to make sure your job gets done efficiently and everything. Mine is not as much anymore, but I know for the day-to-day and operations and marketing and sales, it's definitely check boxes because it's like if one thing doesn't get done, then, the calls don't go to the right place and things like that. So definitely learn from every vacation, get into your creative zone.
Take your vacation.
Yeah. Take it. Yes. Take your sick days too. Don't let them go to waste.
Take advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Take the time, your benefits. I read something the other day and it was like your employer gives you this benefit package for a reason. Take it. You know, you don't have to be always send you the ones about the boomers who never take the day off. And then the millennials who are like, may I please? And then the Gen Z's like closing their laptop and putting their sunglasses on. Don't care. Peace out. Yeah. So, not necessarily have that mentality, but definitely take the time given to you and because that's part of your pay package.
Right.
Just that time and just really spend that time with your family and rezone and recalibrate yourself and,
come back with all your emails waiting on you.
Yeah. Takes about 2 hours to get through those, but they weren't too bad. I just unsubscribed from a bunch of mailing lists because I was like, if I have to read any more junk mail, I'm going to be angry. But unsubscribed from all those, so feel better about that. Decluttered.
For sure. Yeah, but that's all we had. We just wanted to talk about the importance of rest, vacation, reset.
Take your time, find your center, and then come back refreshed and ready to roll.
Absolutely. Like, subscribe, follow us anywhere you follow podcast or YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you. So reach out if you want to, and
we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. You took my bye.
Bye.